It better not be fucking...
Oh god. Darth Vader for Smash? Oh god, it's another Fire Emblem character.
The time has finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharat upon our enemies!
I don't know anything about Fire Emblem Three Houses.
No.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? As you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void.
I thought they went to do it
It's a
next
sword
Our hearts and
fighter.
minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die?
Please, just Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, watch it not be a Fire
I
Emblem
thought as
character
much.
at all.
I also do not wish to die.
They
And
wouldn't.
yet,
That would be hilarious.
They wouldn't.
there is no other choice. You must join Smash. Join
And
Smash
Byleth.
Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
So
If you're gonna pick a sword fighter, why has it gotta be the 10th Fire Emblem
Don't
character?
have a down counter. Do not have a down counter. Don't be him off. Don't be him off.
What is it, Corin? Oh, we can tether with it.
Okay. Female.
So
One,
you
right?
return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there? And you wield the sword as well?
Yes.
What will you do?
Okay, Lucina.
So that is how you plan
I'm-
to win
I'm-
the day? So be it. I reward your
Even
cleverness
Sakurai
this
knows that the
time.
female characters are just better. Oh my
How
god.
is this?
Please.
Does every Fire Emblem game have a male and female?
Yeah, I think most of them.
Of anyone, you should be
They
able
had
to
to give
handle
her
the
the,
hero's relic.
Okay.
Fish
Okay.
stick.
Neutral B bow, side B, or
With Eric
something.
Bot, strike with
I'm
superior
not-
reach. Use Amir's overwhelming power.
It's not only a sword character, but it basically is.
Unleash the
Random
blinding
crits.
speed of Failnot.
He's got a bow.
Along with the sword of the creator. Each weapon matches a direction.
Guys, there's too much flashing on screen.
Equal.
Your will and mine be now as one. To you, both sides of time are revealed. Through Smash, show the world.
I wish I played Fire Emblem to get more hype about
It was
it.
a good game.
Is it?
Three Houses was actually a really good game. It's just, why?
So, this is our new fighter, Byleth.
It's like,
Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws are not their strong point either. Their grab
they're
lacks
only
range.
just faster than
But
Robin.
actually, you could say that they're distance demon. The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of
that
the
is a
hero's
big
relics
flaw.
is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Look at
They
that.
look like bones, and there's a reason for that. First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the
Oh, he's
Sword
gonna
of the
hit him from that
Creator.
far away, isn't he?
The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip.
They can definitely space you out.
They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves. For their up smash attack, they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air.
And it hits on the side.
For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead. The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time. The up special move is really something. The sword extends like this, allowing you to do things like this.
Oof.
It was pretty
That's
terrifying
spikes.
how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition,
Oh my god. And he got.
Awful
Did he get,
feat.
oh my god.
This.
He got what Joker should have had. He got Joker.
That said,
Oh
you'll
my
launch
God, I'm meaning
opponents
this
upward
character.
until their damage reaches a certain percentage.
Oh my god, that looks busted.
Exceed that percentage and you'll need to be
Oh,
careful.
no.
You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge.
And it's a grab too, so you can't. It would
I've
be
already
Wonder
shown
Wings.
this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges. So that's the up special.
Like me and my friends.
Now,
joking
for the
about
sideways
how
inputs.
if we
This
had
is air
Dante
drop,
from
the same
Devil May Cry,
name
it
as
would
the
be
weapon
Bayonetta
from
and
Celtic
Joker in one
mythology.
character.
This
First,
looks
we'll go
just
through the
as
forward
broken.
and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long reach. Like so. Marth's air attack
That seems
keeps
like a fast
opponents in
forwarder.
check too, right?
He's got 4 controllers.
If Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it.
Oof.
Oh no!
Next, the side smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even from here.
Got like some Corrin in him.
That's like Corrin.
Yeah.
Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger.
You can catch jumps with that for sure.
And if you've knocked an opponent
And
down,
they're stronger.
the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them. By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker, so it's not suited to close
This
combat.
character's never gonna approach you.
It won't deal much damage, and it won't launch opponents far. That's why, as a rule, you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward,
That's when you smash attack.
or downward in this case.
You can
Next,
two-frame with
the
that.
side special move.
Notice that they're normals.
Byleth will simply swing the lance like this,
That is a side special.
but again, it has excellent reach. For
That
example,
covers-
even when your
that
opponent
covers
is at this
3
distance,
options
it'll
from
still
ledge.
hit.
That actually covers the
Actually,
options
you
from
can do a
ledge.
smash attack to charge forward a little,
Oh.
like this.
Wait, what?
Never mind, it covers all
But as
options
you'd
from
expect,
ledge.
it can be easily shielded, so be careful.
Not if you shield it.
Use it in midair and you'll carve up a large area. Returning to the side air attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality.
So he's got like Ike speed.
Why do I
So
like
this complements it
Why do I
well,
like this character?
although you'll be
I don't
vulnerable
know.
when you land. Now, for the downward inputs. For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir. It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really is strong. You can try for a meteor effect with this attack. Next is the down smash attack. A heavy swing of the axe back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power. And for the down special,
Yeah, looks like it can kill. Easily.
Byleth channels all their energy into a devastating strike.
So it's like
It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different.
That killed Bowser at 50%.
When
no
readying the
DI.
move,
I want
there's a
you to do
super
that.
armor effect,
It's like a hatchet, man.
which allows you to withstand an attack. Just so you know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time,
Super armor is so bullshit.
Oh my god.
it's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage,
Falcon Punch.
unless you get grabbed.
Unless you
Another notable aspect is that it lets you
Yeah,
pass
because
through
it's like Hatchet
platforms.
Man. No one ever
While
does
you're
it.
charging up, you can breeze past platforms like this to reach a lower area.
those mix-ups.
It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a
Oh my
surprise
God.
attack. Also, you can turn around during the move. The swing takes a while, So if an opponent runs behind you during the move,
So you can be reversed and then
change
reverse it.
direction.
Counters are gonna be OP against them.
Even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective
Oh my
when
God.
used against a group of opponents. Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little.
But yeah, why did it do that much damage?
It's
We
as
didn't
if the
even hit him,
quaking
or
of the
like
ground
it
launches
launched him that high.
I think that's more
By the way,
set up, right?
earlier
It's
I
not gonna
talked a
kill.
little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series,
Yeah, they
because
can
you'll just get loads of counters.
Oof. He died at
Hits
0.
with that much power in a single attack. Counters can
DI.
actually multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using
I'm assuming
easily
it's like right
anticipated
in DI.
attacks like this could just get you hit by counter after counter.
But yeah, I mean, if you have a counter, then
Next, we have the neutral moves.
Now,
The bow you
Joker's punch
use
would
is
kill,
called Failnut, which
zero
shares its
anyway.
name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table.
yeah.
It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got
did
the neutral
4%,
air attack.
and that was
This
very
attack
charged.
is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around.
It doesn't look as good as Palutina's though.
It's also easy
bad.
to create certain combos with it. And with
Back
the
down.
neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right? But there are a
Back
few
down,
noteworthy
down
aspects
tilt,
to
and
this
then
bow.
Up B, right?
First, the biggest difference between this
Oh,
bow
is it?
and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You
Oh,
can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed. It's
yeah,
also
you're
very
vulnerable.
powerful. That said,
Oh.
you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button. You
But
can also
still-
change direction while in the stance.
Someone could charge
It
you
works
and
up
grab
until
you.
this point, but if you keep holding the button,
So you can't just camp people out
you'll
with
unleash
it.
a powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light. You can perform this move by keeping the button held down.
Okay, that go to my 80.
You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire.
I mean,
But again, you'll
That did
need to take
30%.
care when using this move.
I mean,
For
obviously
one,
it's not
when
like.
you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button.
I mean, that's
in
not
other
going to
words,
be
you're
like too
committed to
practical,
firing it.
except when you're sniping someone.
So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible.
Holy shit.
Once you've entered the stance, you won't be able to do anything. Which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect.
It's really
You
only
could
going to be
always
used for
just
some
aim into
super
the fray,
high
as it
snipes
is,
across
after
the
all,
map.
a long-range move, letting you deal a sudden blow to opponents. So you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon. Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a move called Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version.
Speaking Japanese for our version.
As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sophis and launch an attack together.
ソフィスが誰であるのか何なのかというのは原作で確認してみていただければと思います。
Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female.
Like the other ones.
However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are, as you can see,
Oh.
reminiscent of the house leaders.
That's cool.
Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to. The sixth color is based on Sophis, who you just saw earlier.
Oh, and she lost the
And the
fish
seventh
net.
and eighth variations have a
I mean,
different
it
hair
involves
color,
God
which is
color.
based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story.
It's based on Corin!
Didn't we see this variation in the final smash?
まあこれは原作ですもということで。
Next, I'll introduce the stage.
You know we're
For
getting
this
the
one,
6
we
DLC
of course
fighter
tried to
because
recreate
they
the
did this
place
in
where you
November.
spend most of the game.
And so they'll add a
Garreg
part more
Mach
recently.
Monastery.
作ってみました。原作における
This is how Garreg Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game.
Otherwise, they would have shown
From
it
these, we
earlier
chose
on.
to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral all in one stage.
化するルートを取るように作っています。
It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four.
その4つのエリアを
Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these 4 areas.
ご紹介したいと思います。
The first area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri, Dedu, and Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're largely from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri's the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye. He's an unfortunate one, that one. There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but here you can break them, you see.
My cabbages!
If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right. I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper. You often pass through this area in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop, you'll come crashing back down. We've broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building.
Is that Dorothea?
And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles. Take note, it's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adrestian Empire. And as such, they embrace their military might. Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you take, she'll go through some terrible ordeals. You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage. It's possible to knock them down. However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage. You can reach it with other fighters, though. So, it's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we go. I made it.
He can't get
And
onto his
you
own
can knock it down. Also,
When I
you can
first saw
break
it,
this
I'm like,
table.
yeah, they can't jump, so.
Like so. Just like the sign that reads Fudin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range.
That Z-axis, though.
Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very wide indeed.
Bridge of Eldon.
It's similar to the Bridge of Eldon stage.
Oh, thanks, Sakurai.
The guests are from the Golden Deer, Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence. They belong to the Leicester Alliance.
Personally, I think Edelgard is better, but
Because it's an alliance of many noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch.
He's like, if we're gonna put him
Incidentally,
through another
both
Fire
Claude
Emblem
and
character, we
Hilda
have
are
to
the
have all
names
their
of characters
waifus
that appear in
here
Genealogy
somehow.
of the Holy War,
dude, we
the
have
fourth
fucking
title of the Fire
Edelgard,
Emblem series.
Dorothea.
I guess once
and
you've reached the
Petra.
17th game and are
And
creating
Hilda.
40
In one
characters
fucking
for
room.
each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap.
What about
The
Hilda?
naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training.
I mean, Hilda.
As for the bridge's design, it's just a long
guess.
pathway, plain and simple. You can
She looks
expect
like
plenty
the
of blows to be
typical anime
exchanged
girl.
at the edges of the screen. You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the
The
Golden
high
Deer
school
perfectly.
transfer student.
Yeah. Wait, so they don't have a downbeat counter?
No, they don't.
Okay. So, that'll probably be
The
one of
last area
Leffen's
is the
tweets. At least they
cathedral.
don't have a downbeat counter.
Only with some platforms you
Yeah.
can pass through. The guests appearing in the cathedral are Sedith, Flame, and Rhea. There's Sedith, who appears to have an extremely
Rhea is
strong bond with
voiced by
his sister,
Makoto
Flame.
Nijima.
She
By
seems
the
to
way,
be under the
I just want
protection
you guys
of
to
him
know
and
that.
Rhea, who you can see
Who is
fighting
that?
during the opening of Fire Emblem 3
Makoto
Houses.
is Son 5.
Oh, okay.
All three have character quirks related to their true identities. I feel that Flame might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that. This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged.
Yeah, none of these stages
It'll
are gonna
cycle
be
through
legal.
each location in about 2.5 minutes.
This stage is nowhere near Tawny League. In fact, find it
Okay,
hard.
today we'll
for
have a
people to
tag
choose
team
a
battle
special
in
point.
Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages. That'll give us precisely 5 players per side.
When you can make 2 squad strike
Alright,
teams,
here we
Fire
go,
Emblem
Joker.
members, maybe there's too many.
Joker! And Hero! Gee, we really made a lot, huh? Banjo! By now, I think you know what I'm doing.
Off the side.
But basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just a professor here.
You have trouble getting Terium.
But as expected, it's going to
Same
be
with
a pretty
items
tough
too,
battle,
fucking
so I'm
legend.
using anything I can get my hands on.
Their dash attack looks bad, just like
It's
Mach.
not going to land that easily. Uh-oh, this is bad. Bennigan's.
They got Fennekin, it's fine.
I better
You should
keep
know
my
that,
distance.
Sakura.
I'll use this chance to attack.
Nice one.
Got it.
Oh, and a bunch
That's
of
scary. He's invincible
If you
for a
catch that
moment
with
here.
if you catch a landing aerial with that, people are fucking dead.
Lots of explosives.
Like, if you read a landing aerial. Or read an
He
air
shielded
dodge.
that. Huh.
Ooh.
Good one.
These characters are gonna be cool. I have a feeling they're
Like
not gonna be
this,
too
like
good.
this, or like so.
I'm gonna play them.
No anti-air, huh? There. The soccer ball connected.
He doesn't have these CPUs on level 9, because I guess that would be a little unreasonable.
Yes, the soccer ball connected because you launched them at the same
Good. There's Mom.
the other Pokeball.
You're in a good spot, Mom.
That was really good.
Ah, I shouldn't have taken
Ooh,
that.
the combo.
Gardevoir.
The combo mother.
Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this
He
point, it
shot it
doesn't
from
matter
inside
if Gardevoir's there or
Gardevoir. That
not.
doesn't work.
I feel like the enemy might get this Smash Ball.
Come on,
See?
Oh,
They
he
got it.
almost died.
he got it.
But I mustn't give up.
He died from that, really.
I can't waste this chance.
Ooh,
All
that
right.
broke shield.
I mean, it was like half
There's
a
another
shield.
Smash Ball. Yes, got it.
Still, an aerial shooting
Now.
half shield.
What are you charging up for?
Sakurai's a god at this game.
There's still more.
He's 1v5ing.
Whack.
grab the hammer.
Go on. You can take the hammer, but it's mine. Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state.
He's gonna get countered.
I hit him. I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game.
I mean, the sword is pretty cool.
Good game.
It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end. Now, about the additional music.
From Fire Emblem.
Since it's from the
Nice.
Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages. There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game.
35
Our
minutes.
selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs are being added.
I don't know if there's enough time for a 6-fighter.
This includes an arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English. I hope you'll enjoy these as well. We're also adding in a new spirit board. It includes the
Nice.
house leaders among some of the other popular characters. Sothis is Legend class. Also, there's a new classic mode route, a Heroic Legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that. Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
Okay. Matching clan costume. This could be hype.
What if right at the end they were just like, oh yeah, and we're adding rent.
Oh,
Or just whatever.
Ooh,
Definitely.
nice. That's actually some good stuff.
I thought it was Assassin's Creed for a second.
It's essentially the same thing, I believe. Oh my god! Yes! Yes!
Oh god, I'm gonna see a lot of those, aren't I?
Yes! Rabbit! Fuck Mega Man. You got Rabbit.
That's the same as the regular Mega Man.
This wasn't in the game?
There's 2 Mega Man.
Mega Man more.
That's true. I have a feeling we'll see a lot of rabbits.
Okay. This can't be it, right? One more.
Whoa. Cuphead costume?
Cuphead! Let's go!
It's just a costume, right? Okay, yeah. That's a pretty awesome costume.
Oh my god.
Alright, well I guess I have to buy another one.
Oh my god.
That's a pretty cool one.
Yes! Yes! Oh my god.
Alright, hold on. Are we gonna get a 6 fighter?
Holy shit.
This time, we're releasing a Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added. It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney
I know,
Carnation.
I'm gonna have to buy the Cuphead one.
I'm gonna have to buy
I hope you
Cuphead
enjoy these as
and
well.
Rabbits.
Goodness, so sad.
After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature.
Gotta spend one.
If someone has created a Mii fighter, you can play
Well, I had to
using
get
the
the
costume
sand, so I
it's
guess I don't
wearing
have to get the
immediately
Cuphead
after
one.
you download it.
He gets.
And now, onto the amiibo. The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it? Dark Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January
We already
17th.
have Simon.
I think so.
And now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete.
The first one.
The lineup was Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Byleth.
I was close with guessing Matt Pat.
From more than 70 fighters, only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on. There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there? When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play.
They did a good job of that.
As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line.
So much land.
I had thought that
So much lag
one
on
or
that.
2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay. It's another 5.
Okay.
10?
That's a... Oh!
5.
6!
6!
What?
Looks like there will be one more fighter than last time. For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will be available for pre-purchase on the
December
date shown,
20
so please keep an eye out. And now that it's official, we intend to
2021.
move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed. Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchase it. Furthermore, the new additions have already been decided.
What?
Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them. But I still hope you'll look forward to it. We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2. Last time, it was a Rex costume, but this time, here's what we have.
A new fighter! Oh.
It's a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
That's pretty cool.
This will not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
That combo though.
Uh-oh.
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest-selling fighting game in the world. Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world. Seems like Street Fighter 2 was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales. However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 1.
Awesome.
Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like it's become more than a fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely. Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters. The first Fighters Pass just wrapped up, but it was decided that there will be more DLC. Which means no breaks for me. I plan to keep working hard, so I hope you can continue to support us. That's it. Thank you.
Bye, Sakurai.
See ya.
One more thing!